Alright, chocolate or strawberries?
I think I like strawberries.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I'm more of a chocolate person.
Why?
I don't know, it just tastes good.
Yeah.
Could you imagine choc banana?
Why would you do that?
I don't know, it just sounds good.
Oh.
Trying to think of some other good ones.
Berry Blast is good.
When do your parents get home?
Like an hour and a half.
Really?
Think about the choices you make. If you don't, it can be too late. Just one little mistake, and it can change your fate. Think about the choices you make. If you don't, it can be too late.
Hi, I'm Talia. I'm a proud Camilla girl. I really want to become a nurse when I'm older, and I want to travel and all that. But the only thing really stopping me would be if I had a kid. And considering I'm still a kid myself, it really wouldn't work out too great. My boyfriend Jordan and I, we've just recently started having sex, and we've been using condoms so that like neither of us get an STI or I don't get pregnant, which is really good, I think. I talked to my mum about it all, and she took me down to the doctors, and they gave me birth control. So that, like, pretty much it was great. They said it was all going to be fine. But what happened to Ashley and Dean, it just was really a good wake-up call.
Hi, I'm Jordan. I'm 18 years old, Gidingunji man. I've been living in Newcastle for about 4 years now. I guess when I'm older, I want to be an engineer, travel the world. I guess I've always wanted to say Europe and Asia. I'm Talia's boyfriend. Been going out for 6 months now. We only recently started having sex. It was something that was pretty special to her, and she wanted to wait, and I didn't have a problem with that. I guess when it sort of came to that time, the first person I spoke to was Dad. It's just someone I can talk to about that sort of thing. And he told me about condoms, and I didn't really know much about them, but once he talked to me about it, it just made sense, and it was just so easy. My best mate Dean went through hell with his girlfriend Ashley, and with a few problems, and I just wouldn't want that to happen to me and Talia.
Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm 18 and I'm a proud Warramai girl. Recently I met a boy named Dean who was great through my best friend Talia, and we had sex the first time, which was difficult, but I thought everything would be fine, if he pulled out, because we didn't have a condom on us. But I want to be prepared for next time, so me, my best friend Talia and Lisa went to the doctor, and she said it was actually really good that we came, not only for birth control, but she also had to do some more tests just to make sure everything was fine.
Ashley, if you have unprotected sex, and even if your partner withdraws, you're still at risk of getting a sexually transmitted infection and even getting pregnant. So we can't tell if someone has got a sexually transmitted infection, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to test you for pregnancy and for STIs, and it means urine tests or blood tests, okay? Okay.
Hi, my name's Dean. I'm 18 years old and I live in Newcastle. I'm a proud member of the Yuin Nation. In the future, I hope to become a NRL footy star. And I've got a best mate Jordan and a deadly girlfriend Ashley. I've been with a couple of girls before Ash, and for a bit we went for a rough patch. The first time we had sex, she wouldn't answer any of my calls or reply to any of my texts, and it annoyed me for a bit. Jordan and Talia told me something was up with her, but they wouldn't tell me what.
Hi, my name's Lisa and I'm a Wanneroo woman. I've been at school with Talia and Ashley for, a long time. We're really good friends, but the last few weeks have been really stressful for everyone. We actually had to go to the doctor with Ashley to check up after she had sex for the first time, and she told someone that she was worried she might be pregnant, even though we knew she wasn't. While we were waiting for her other results to come back, it went around the school a lot, and that really affected her. She decided in the end that she would just keep it amongst us three, because you can't really trust anyone else, and it just wasn't fair on her that people were talking about it so much.
waiting for those results was like the hardest thing that I've had to do, because everything could have changed because of them. And I couldn't talk to my mum about it, because if I talked to my mum about it, then she'd be disappointed. I couldn't talk to Dean about it because that was just awkward. And I rushed into something that wasn't even that great. I mean, it's not what everyone cracks it out to be. And I'm just glad that I have friends like Talia and Lisa who would actually come to the doctors with me and not judge me like my other friends have. And it's really scary.
Ashley, as you know from last week, you're not pregnant, but your results do show that you've got an STI called chlamydia. It's an easily treated infection. It's a one-off antibiotic. If it's left untreated, in women, it can stop them from having babies, and in guys, it can actually stop them from fathering babies. The only way to stop getting an STI is by using condoms, and I'm going to give you some of those, some freebies. For stopping being pregnant, then you need to keep taking the pill. The other thing that we need to talk about is what we call contact tracing, and that's why we have to make contact with anyone that you've had sexual relationships with in the last 6 months so that they can get investigated and treated. You can either do it yourself or we can do it from here and you'll remain anonymous. It's up to you.
I can do it myself. It was just the one guy, my boyfriend.
Okay, and you're happy with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just get you the prescription for the antibiotics, okay?
Okay.
Dean, we need to talk.
About what?
You gave me chlamydia.
When Ash told me I gave her chlamydia, I flipped.
Are you kidding me? Do you not listen to what I'm saying?
Whatever. I thought it was a girl's disease and that girls gave it to guys.
Yeah, Dean did lose it for a while. The whole chlamydia thing, it just got to him. You know, he, like most boys, thought it was just a girl's thing, but it's not. You know, eventually he did go to the doctors and she helped him clear it up, gave him the medicine for it. And she even offered to ring up anyone he'd been with, you know, just let him know about chlamydia, and they didn't even have to know that, you know, Dean was behind it. I guess I was just proud of the way, you know, he took control of the situation. And then there was Ashley, she was great. The way she supported him, even though the way he treated her during that time.
I didn't know I had an STI. I mean, there were no symptoms or nothing. Like, it's my own fault though for not wearing a condom. I thought I'd shame myself out trying to put one on. But I never really thought of the consequences like having a kid or getting an STI. But now I always wear a condom because to keep myself safe and Ash happy.
I ended up talking to Mum about having sex, and she told me that it gets better as the relationship starts to get better. And it has actually. It's me and Dean stayed together and it's slowly starting to get better. And he always uses a condom now so that we're protected from unwanted STIs or pregnancy, because I really want to travel and live a little first. And maybe one day I'll have kids, but that's my choice.
I always wear a condom now. I buy it from a server up the road. It's a lot easier to put one on than to have a kid or get an STI. It's like you can be safe but still have fun at the same time. Ash has started taking the pill just to be extra cautious. So I'm pretty lucky now. I've got Ash, I've got my best mates, and I no longer have chlamydia. If I want to become a famous footy player, I've really got to start making the right choices.
Dean was a pretty lucky bloke. You know, it could have turned out a lot worse for him. I had Talia and my dad. I guess I didn't realise that he had no one to talk to. He was taking risks and I didn't even know. I feel like I wasn't looking out for my best mate. But I guess now, you know, we can talk about those sorts of things and we don't have to worry.
So Talia and I are now both practicing safe sex. So we sometimes get condoms from the clinic because they're free, and sometimes we get them from the supermarket because they have that self-serve aisle, which is awesome because nobody knows what you're getting. But then again, if someone did, I mean, who cares? They just look at me and be like, she's using condoms. That's a good thing. So, you know, and we talked to Lisa about having sex because she's decided that she wants to wait. But Talia and I gave her condoms just in case because I didn't plan on having sex. It kind of just happened. So we want her to be prepared for it because I'm like totally safe sex all the way now.
Even though I'm not ready to have sex yet. I know I don't have anyone special in my life. I'm so glad I've got good friends who can help me through it when I'm ready and that can give me some really good information, and I don't feel uncomfortable going to the doctors anymore, and I know that the girls will come with me like I did for them.
I'm so glad that Jordan and I decided to wait. We both had our families there to talk to us, and it was so good. Other people might not be as lucky, but they probably still have an auntie or an uncle or a friend's mum to talk to about it. Another person that's really good to go to would be a doctor. They have the best information and really, really great advice for you if you need it. The internet's also really good for you as well. Ashley and Dean's experience was a real eye-opener for both of us, really. It set us definitely right in the right path, and we're both pretty excited for our futures. Nothing's going to hold us back now.
Think about the choices you make. If you don't, it can be too late. Just one little mistake, and it can change your fate. Think about the choices you make. If you don't, it can be too late. Just one little mistake, and it can change your fate. It's Kayla on the mic, you better believe the hype. Ripping it up and keeping it tight. This titter gonna teach you how to be a deadly winner. Here, I'm cleaning up like a mama. Talking about kids, I don't wanna be a mother yet. Protection is set. STI's dead, you better get checked. STI's dead, you better get checked.
Don't have sex without the latex. Have respect and self-protect. Looking after yourself, protect yourself. Getting regular checks and looking after your health. They call me Liz, I'm getting down to biz. STIs, it is what it is. Cause if it ain't on, it ain't on. If you wanna get some, it better be on.
Think about the choices you make.